Welcome back another week. It's week 17. We are on the move today. Merry Christmas to all. I mean, say something positive to someone today. You never know. They might need it. You never know what people are going through. Thank you, Mama Federcal. Let me use it downstairs for the Miles High Club video. But let's get right into the picks. We're gonna be quick today because we gotta go open some gifts. But I already got some gifts. Shout out my boy Justin, my boss. Shout out Nikki. Broncos make me drink. They do. I promise you, they really do. So let's get into the picks. It's gonna be quick. All right, Kansas City at Pittsburgh today. Pittsburgh got George Pickens back. I made this pick before George Pickens was back, but I do still think the Chiefs pull one off here. So I got the Chiefs beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore going into Houston. I just don't believe in Houston, and unfortunately they lost Tank Dell. But then they got Deontay Johnson, who probably already leaking playbooks to the other teams anyway. So now he's on the Houston Texans. Probably gave their entire playbook to the Baltimore Ravens. But I do take the Baltimore Ravens here going into Houston. Then Seattle going at Chicago tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty easy game for Seattle, I believe. So I'm taking Seattle beating Chicago. Chargers going into New England. New England played Buffalo Bills. Actually, New England cost me my fantasy championships, but that's besides the point. They made Josh Allen look like a... Yeah. Anyways, so I'm picking the Chargers to beat the Patriots here. Denver going into Cincinnati. This is the game of the year. This is the game that could make me drink a lot for either good or bad. But I do think Denver does pull it off. We clinch the playoff spot, and everybody's hope for the Bengals to make it. Sorry, Ken. Ends today. So ends that day. So I'm taking Denver to beat Cincinnati. Arizona at LA. Arizona, you blew it. You had a chance last week, and you lost to the Panthers. That's a rough day. And Panthers, why did you win? Never mind. Besides the point. I take the Rams to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Jets going into Buffalo. Buffalo had a bad week last week. I think Josh Allen's going to go crazy. So I will be taking the Buffalo Bills today, easily. Green Bay going into Minnesota. This is going to be a great game. I'm excited for it. Unfortunately, it's a 1 o'clock game. I don't know why, but I do think the Minnesota Vikings do pull it off. And then they play for the first seed against the Detroit Lions next week. So that's going to be an even better game. I can't wait for that. So Las Vegas going into New Orleans. This is going to be an interesting one. New Orleans, they look terrible against the Green Bay Packers. And the Vegas, they had a little life. So I will take Vegas beating New Orleans. Colts going into New York. The Broncos need them to lose. So, but I do think they're going to beat the Giants, so I'm going to take the Colts to beat the Giants here. Carolina going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay lost a tough one last week against the Cowboys. I did think if Rashad White would have just held on to that ball, he probably would have marched down the field and won the game against the Cowboys. But I do take not Carolina. I take Tampa Bay here to get the W. Tennessee going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are deciding to do. But it looks like you're kind of tanking for some star power for Trevor Lawrence and Titans. I don't think you should win, but also Kirk Cousins is going to be out there. So Titans, maybe Kirk Cousins maybe next year for you guys. I like that with Calvin Ridley, Westbrook Akine. But so Tennessee going to take over Jacksonville. Miami at Cleveland. This game I really want Miami to lose. It's going to be like, I think it said it's like 40 something degrees for Miami going into Cleveland. Maybe potential rain, but I just don't think Cleveland's good. If they had Jameis Winston, sure, I'll pick Cleveland, but DTR is not it. I don't know if you guys watched the game last week. It was terrible. So I'm taking Miami over Cleveland. Dallas going into Philly. Doing this on a Wednesday is never great because you don't know what the injury report is, and unfortunately, sometimes I want to change my picks, but I make the videos on Wednesdays, so that's what we do. So I don't know if Jalen Hurts is playing, because if Jalen Hurts is playing, I am definitely not playing. I would take the Cowboys, but if he is, I will take the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's very simple. I don't believe in Kenny Pickett or Tyler McCree. I think that's the third guy. Whatever. Either way, if it's not Jalen Hurts, I'm taking the Cowboys. If it is, I'm taking the Eagles. Then Atlanta going into Washington. This is going to be an interesting one. I don't think Michael Penix had a good game. Everyone's talking about how decent day he was, but was it that good of a game? I don't think so, to be honest. But Atlanta going into Washington, I unfortunately Jaden Daniels probably locked up the Rookie of the Year, so I'm gonna lose my Bo Nix bet, but whatever. Hopefully, maybe a little tweak to his ankle or rib, and Bo Nix has a crazy day the next 2 weeks. But anyways, that's personal reasons. Detroit going into San Francisco. San Francisco, you blew it this year. I mean, honestly, you didn't blow it because you think about it. They're going to get a high-powered offensive player, I bet, to help out Brock Purdy next year. But I do think Detroit Lions win here, and then they go, like I said, they go play the Vikings next week. I don't know. I'd have to look in, but I think it's in Detroit, but I don't really know. But that is all the picks there. Again, Merry Christmas. Say something nice to somebody today. If you haven't gone and get your Game Face grooming, you're going to get some gifts today from me. If I have you for Secret Santa or anything like that. So Game Face grooming. Thank you for the support. Your boy, Miller Lite. Thank you for this. Oh boy, Miller Lite at 8 a.m. This is fun. Shout out you guys. Thank you for the support. Like, subscribe. Have a good one.